welcome to Car Firm. Today we have our 14-plate BMW Z4 with us. This is the SDrive28i, and I've been driving this car around for a little while now, and haven't driven these before as well. They're actually really nice, exciting cars to drive. I've got it in comfort mode at the moment, and in its most chilled out setting there is, and it's a nice comfortable cruiser. And with the type of car it is, you feel very engaged. I mean, you're nice and low to the ground. The setup here on the interior is very much driver focused as well, and the way these cars drive, like I said, it just gives you such a sporty experience. Now, steering wheel side of things on this car, nice and straight. There's no traction balancing issues there, and the steering wheel gives you a good amount of feedback, and it's not too heavy or it's not too light. I would say it's actually perfect for what it is. And with the gearbox side of things, the gearbox works really nicely. It's actually really nice and smooth. The gear changes, they work really well. There's no judders or anything like that jolting between gear changes. It's an 8-speed automatic, so you can drive it in just the automatic mode it is, sport mode or manual. But gear changes, like I said, it's just happened really quickly, nice and sharp. But when you're in comfort, the changes are very nice and smooth as well. With the brakes, you've got nice sharp brakes. There's no shaking, juddering or anything like that when you're on the brakes. In fact, I'm going to take it up to just 50 mph here, and we will test those brakes out. There we are. So brakes work really well. Like I said, there was no shaking, juddering or anything like that from the brakes there, and brought us to a very nice and quick stop. Now, with the suspension side of things, there's no knocks or bangs or any unusual noises. The car being very low to the ground, obviously it feels very much planted to the ground as well, and especially around cornering, you feel the car tuck into the corner more rather than leaning over to the opposite side, and that plays a massive part on how sporty this car feels as well on the road. Now, with the suspension side of things as well, we're on a very bumpy, uneven road, and it's actually doing a really good job of dealing with that. And while it's doing that, again, there's nothing unusual that I can hear coming through the suspension. Now, we're about to get onto a straight here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the car and the gearbox into sporty setting, and I'm going to put the car into sport mode as well. And what we're going to do is from 20 mph here, and there we are, we're at 60 mph already, and it just comes to show how much power there is with this car as well. I mean, the pull is so hard, and it's like the kind of torque you get from a really powerful diesel engine, yet that's produced by a petrol engine, and the torque is so noticeable that it pulls really nicely. And the other thing I said about the gearbox as well comes into play when the gearbox is in sport mode. I mean, the gear change was extremely sharp. It was so quick to respond on the kick down and the shifting up as well, both sides. And I'll demonstrate that again. I'll put the car into the gearbox into sport mode. The car's already in sport mode. I've dropped down to about, again, 35 mph, and from here, there we are. So, like I said, it's not a car that hangs about. It's got plenty of power, but it can also drive nice and comfortably and just cruise along the motorway. So if you are interested in this car, head over to our website, carfirm.co.uk, where you can reserve it with a fully refundable £100, and we will hold it for you for 7 days. And if you have any questions about this car or any of the services we provide, feel free to get in touch with us by phone, email or social media, and